brother? Yeah, yeah. Good to see you, Money 420. I'm done messing around. Let's get to the game. Yeah, yeah. Then I'm going shopping. And I'll be playing again later. Yeah, yeah. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Mackenzie's coming back. Word. I'm probably gonna have to go through my roster at some point and delete people because I'm gonna have to try to keep some people that I want on my team I don't want to leave. So I might have to dismiss people. Say, see ya, sucker. No. Yeah, yeah. Good morning, good evening, good night, depending on where you're at.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night
Night
Football
football.
on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick in 2018 from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Hey, 19! Go back to 48 right now. Let's go. I'm not ready. That's it. We got it.
First carry for Darius Geis. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down now, Dawkins. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now let's take a look here at the Bills offense.
And they should come in pretty well rested because they had their open week last week. Ideally, all teams want to have that open week later in the year rather than this early. But you make do with what they give you. So you take the time off, rest up, heal up, and come in ready to play.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on, a big call coming on third down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. The Bills send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. This is brought in at the 21. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. So here are the Patriots now in excellent field position to start things out. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Ready?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Dancing to his left. Got his man. That's Harry. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Now let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
Here we go. Set. 8. Read. I got you.
And they will run it with Michelle. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Ready. 18 Gator. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. 5.
On 3rd down, Lockhart. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better. Here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Hey, alert 319.
Come on, D. Let's pick the game up, D. Come on.
Dawkins.
What are you doing, defense?
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Tons of money.
The
Come
blitzer
on.
still able to pick up a
Make
nice
plays
solid
happen.
gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Got him.
Just shy of midfield. Allen.
You ain't going nowhere, bro.
How about that one? The so-called little
I need
guys
4
putting the
sacks
pressure on.
for
That
the
was a
game,
strong
so
safety.
that's
When I
one.
was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down.
Watch the screen.
On play action, Allen.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing. You want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
But it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. Oh, he's going to let this go. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
That's one touchdown for Harry. I need to get 5 touchdowns.
We've seen the evolution of the
100 yards altogether.
Taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Hi, Mountain Girl. How you doing?
Pass gets him 6 on a
Tell Northwoods I said woo, bucka woo. Yeah, you already know. Have you checked out my live from over the weekend? I was threatened with arrest at a protest.
And he'll take this across the 25. A few yards up to the 27-yard line.
On Saturday, they had a no kings protest, and I was
already
there
down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty
and I was threatened with arrest.
A lot of the teams script plays. We know
Then
that.
Sunday we had the Father's Day car show.
And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not
I
very
was
deep into their
busy
script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet. and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that
I
zero
gotta
off
go
the board. First
food
play of the drive
shopping,
goes the
so I'm
wrong
just
way.
relaxing
Here's
right
second
now
and
before I
12.
go play a quick game of football, and then I'll head out,
From the gun, it's Allen.
go get
And
myself some
kind of threw
lobster.
everything off. It brings up third.
Lobster.
The starters
shrimp,
defensively
steak.
now for the Patriots. And they've been excellent against the pass.
Good
The number
dinner.
6 unit in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played
That
in the
sounds
first
good.
month. They have to be very
Lobster,
proud being a
shrimp,
top 10
steak,
unit against the
and
pass.
rice.
Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come
Yeah.
up with something here.
Monday's
on
the
third down.
fun day. You like.
So the shotgun snap to Allen.
always
He
the
gets
fun
this
day.
complete to Shaheen, the tight
Oh
end.
man, go
Justified
grab a
pickup,
lobster
and it
for
leads to
you
fourth
in
down.
Northwoods.
One hallmark
should
of
have
good
a lobster.
defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning.
Then we can
and
eat lobster
tackling
together
immediately in the secondary after
different
catches.
states.
I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in.
Psych, you ain't getting
Touchdown,
me.
New England. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department.
Mountain Girl,
and
the
he
only thing
showcases
that
it there all
sucks,
the way back for 6.
I got no bud. I smoked it all. I smoked all my bud. I have to get more bud.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Fuck. I'm trying to get it so it bounces not in the end zone, like right there
Now
on
the
the
Bills
line.
offense
So
gets
that's
ready
why,
to
like,
head
when you
back onto the
see
field. And some
Dude, when
dangerous
I'm
territory.
kicking,
You're already down 3 scores.
that
A 3 and
mark,
out here or an
right,
inability
like
to put
I'm
any
trying
points
to
up.
get it so
This
I
one might be
can
over by
nail it
half.
every
And what you
time
also
at
have
the
to guard
1 yard
against
line.
is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points
I don't
back
want
on
no
one drive.
touchbacks.
You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
You always
play
have
of the
to
drive
force
there is
everything.
incomplete.
Everything's a force in this
An
world.
incomplete pass leads to
Especially
2nd and 10 from the
nowadays.
25.
You have no force, you have no power.
And that'll
And
be
if you have no
incomplete.
power, that means
Took a pretty
people
good
are
shot
going to
as he
walk
tried to
all
pull
over
that
you.
one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play.
Interception.
Now a
Damn
shot
it.
taken on
Nope.
3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Does look like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Where's Michael Crunkle at? I need my lobster guy. I still need to see his lobster outfit that he got for me.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt
Michael
for the 4th time tonight.
Crunkle.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And taken right on the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, Give him 15. And the
Michael
Patriots take
Blanco.
over. Offense marching back onto the field, and our
Yeah,
focus
yeah.
shifts here to
Move
Sony
up the move.
Michel. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that carries over
Yeah,
now to
yeah.
October because
I'm
he was
just messing
sensational last
around.
month.
I got
He
some time to
absolutely
kill
was,
before
and
I
we all
go
know where it
grocery
started.
shopping, and
At
I
the
just
end of last season, right? All the
want to
offseason
relax for a
preparation,
bit,
the weight
laugh,
workouts,
play
the
this game,
sprints,
and mess
right?
with the
The
opponents
vision
a little
that he
bit,
had, what he was going to do this
which
season,
I think
and of course
I'm
it all came
doing
together
enough.
with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield, creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a
As
first
I
down.
create my
One thing's
record,
for sure,
because
this
I have
defense has
goals
to
I have
figure
to
out
do
how
in
to
the
stop
game
the
as
ground
well,
game.
so
He's eating
like,
them up here in the first quarter.
It looks
that's
like they're
why
have to go to different
you
forces,
don't
aren't they?
always
The
see me
conventional
running
things
for
aren't working too
touchdowns,
well.
which I
So
should do,
I
because
remember a
usually
coach
I
of
work
mine
on the
saying way
goals
back
on
when,
the second
when a
half,
back's having a
and I
great
just
game, you got to
annihilate
get the
it.
ball out of his
But
hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
So 1st and 10 now in
have a
Buffalo
good night.
territory.
If
Down at the
you all go
31.
live later, Mountain Girl in Northwoods, I'll come up.
Check. Lucky.
I'll come up and hang out with y'all for a bit. Yeah,
On the
yeah.
ground, Michel.
Woo, fucking woo. Be
9
safe
yards
out
is the
there.
pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Down. 90 Wolf. Check 59. Check.
They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd
Not even
down.
close.
Let's go.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
They can't hang with that.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first
Hey,
down.
at least it's not
An
snowing
ex-teammate
anymore.
used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away
Touchdown right
where
now
the blitz
with
was coming
Harry.
from, where his primary guy was going
Try,
to be, and he ended
square.
up going to a
Watch.
secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he...
And
Touchdown.
this is caught.
With a
For the
flag.
moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
What happened?
So reverse the
Against
celebration.
me?
We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Looking to throw, and that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up.
Now it was both.
What's going to be the final play of this first quarter? 21-0, our score after one. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll try to run it in. Michel. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, they've got the comfortable lead. Decision time here. Do they go for it, press their luck?
Listen, if I'm the head coach, I take my headset off. I turn to my defense and say, guess what, guys? We're going for it right here, right now. I want the knockout shot, and if it doesn't happen, you've got my back, don't you? Go get it.
And if you don't get it, that he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Oh, this is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 20. Nothing now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet. It says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
The Bills send the punter out.
Angle kick
for his 5th
or a
kick of the
straight
night.
kick?
His first punt, 45
ballsy.
yards. This looks good as well.
You want me to run it? I'll
Fielded
run
just
it.
inside the 20.
See ya. What are you gonna do?
A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Yeah, I've had a
Offense
little bit
marching
of
back
fun
onto the
here
field, and our
on
focus
Monday
shifts here to
Funday,
Sony
you
Michel.
know.
And now the
Yeah,
1,400-yard
we'll
mark
fuck the
eclipsed
world.
a touchdown on that last drive.
Cheer, cheer.
He's put together such a solid season. We always talk about 1,000-yard campaigns,
Let's
and
do this.
2,000 so elusive, but 1,500, that's a nice total to aim toward, too.
It really is, because when you get to that type of a number, you know those guys up front have done
Let's
yeoman
do
duty,
this
right?
now. Watch
And what we
this.
don't give them enough credit for
Here we
is
go,
not
here
just
we
the
go, here we
initial
go, here
blocks
we
that
go,
they
here we
make.
go.
It's that second
Here
and
we
third
go.
block.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. As
Cheer.
his guys continue to put
That's
this
an
one out
arm
of
on
reach.
him, bro. Chink.
Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
That was a long pass.
Extra point right down the middle.
That was
and the
a
route is
long
on here in this first.
pass. What? I got him over 100, so that was one of the separations. No, it's one of the stipulations. So I have to get Harry five touchdowns or 100 yards, and I already got him at 140. He's a happy mofo right now.
Staff. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Joe Williams. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Michel. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Michel on an island by himself in the backfield. Second and goal. Second and 1. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. N'Keal Harry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. In the second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. He's going to field this at the 4. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 69 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Switch. Blue draw Corkers. Watch out.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Set up. 10 Lobo. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this. Drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go!
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
48, round 80! Watch the run, watch the run!
Looking to throw on second down. Allen, this complete to Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. To throw, it's Allen. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Bills send the punter out. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over first and 10. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
90, Wolf! Come on, 49's the mic. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Get it.
On second down, Michelle. And an alley to run. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Let's go,
A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go,
From the 32 now,
15,
here's first and 10.
15 line. You don't know no better.
From the gun, they run with Michelle. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Okay, ready? Watch 49. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. 5.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they? Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Stephon Gilmore dials the corner blitz and earns the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen able to find Shaheen here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
59. Army, Army. Army, Army.
Now, trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Come on, set.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Get off the field. Deep grip.
Off the draw, here's Michelle. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20. And all the way up to the 37-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's make two.
They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the visiting Lions who come in and get the road victory. Kerryon Johnson, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Kyler Murray, a strong performance there over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Lastly, we head to the City of Angels to check on the Rams at home in L.A. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Patriots to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Got a man open. That's Harry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Allen looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Stidham, eluding the pressure right. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Tie right.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
50.
In his own end zone, it's Allen. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. This is taken at the 23.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means...
There he goes, right side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Good work, boy.
A big-time run there by Sony Michel. And even 60 yards. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play.
Here we go.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joe Williams. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Let's go, let's do it. This job.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time
one
we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Michelle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
90 Wolf. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Let's go,
Stidham now to throw on third down. And able to connect with Barrios. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll turn to Michelle as they go back to the ground. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Now the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes. Might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he fields it cleanly. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Patriots take over. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Michel. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lockhart. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. On the ground is Michel. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now they'll throw it with Stidham, sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Tight down. There you go.
Stidham from the shotgun, being chased out left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Fresno.
Ready?
Here's Stidham to throw. Steps away. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Touchdown. We got to roll. Just keep
They come out here in the I. New England on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at and he is in. Touchdown, New England. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Get ready.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Allen, and that will be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
They go play action here on first down. He'll try and run it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Michel. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They go play action now. Stidham. And his throw's going to be incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. Off the play fake. Here's Stidham. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. N'Keal Harry, 27 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is. I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Michelle. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll be a New England. England first down, a gain of 12.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
You're all mine, baby. You gonna get this. You're all mine.
They'll run on first down. Lockhart. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Okay, double up. Ready.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And an alley to run. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Extra point up and through, and that will extend this big lead. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy. Open, swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now they go screen. It's complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And again, it's Allen. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Noah Brown, the Ohio State man, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 23. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around, probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
Hey, look. Hey, we gonna Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Cut. Mike 48.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 times. But very little reason to use them at this point.
Get it.
They begin with Michel on the ground, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
5.
On 3rd down, Stidham rolling to his right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And they just hit another... Big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game, and however it turns out, it turns out.
Recon, 132 fighter. Now.
From midfield now, here's Stidham. He'll buy some time right. Catch is made by Harry. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for this, This train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And the Bills getting set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Allen going to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for the tight end, Adam Shaheen, that time. And it'll bring up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going to throw right side here, complete. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New England, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.